What if I told you the poorest country in West Africa might soon have nuclear power? Not just for energy, but for independence. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is making a move that could shock the world. Burkina Faso is breaking chains and building reactors. Today, we're turning the spotlight on a bold and unexpected move that has caught the world's attention. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is reportedly planning to become the first African country to develop nuclear power. This statement has sparked both curiosity and controversy. President Traoré's announcement comes at a time when many African countries are calling to stand on their own feet, especially in areas like energy, economy, and security. Across the continent, energy needs are rising fast, but sustainable, reliable solutions are still hard to find. Now, Traoré has made it clear he's ready to break new ground. But what does this really mean for Burkina Faso? This is a country that has long depended on fossil fuels, foreign aid, and a weak electricity system. Many rural communities don't even have basic power. So, can this dream of nuclear energy become a reality? Or is it just talk? Let's take a closer look. Most of Burkina Faso's population lives in rural areas with little to no access to electricity. Blackouts, high fuel costs, and weak infrastructure have hurt its industries, agriculture, and public services. And like many African nations, it's stuck in a cycle of energy dependence. But Traoré believes it's time for a change. He says Africa should power itself in its own way. Of course, there are many questions. How will Burkina Faso get the knowledge, technology, and money needed for nuclear power? Some neighboring countries are showing interest, but also concern. Will international organizations like the IA support this plan, or will they try to stop it? What about safety, nuclear waste, and political risks? For President Traoré, this isn't about prestige. This is about changing the entire future of his country. He says the goal is peaceful, focus on energy, medical science, and innovation. He's already reaching out to possible partners, especially countries outside the West. That includes Russia, China, and maybe even India. If he succeeds, Burkina Faso won't just light up villages. It will light up the continent. It will send a message to the world. Africa can lead. Africa can build. Africa can rise. Still, the road is hard. Nuclear energy is expensive. It's complex. And it comes with rules and risks. The International Atomic Energy Agency has not officially confirmed any progress yet. But Traoré doesn't seem afraid. Once again, he is standing out as a leader who refuses to follow the script. But wait, there's another part of this story. Some reports now say that Traoré may also be looking into nuclear weapons. Yes, not just energy, but arms. In a recent interview, President Traoré said Burkina Faso has already taken major steps toward nuclear weapons research. He says this move isn't just for Burkina Faso, but for all of Africa. His vision? A future where African nations use nuclear technology to power their homes, clean their water, grow industries, and protect themselves. He praises African scientists and engineers, saying they have the talent to do this safely and smartly. Traoré is not alone in this vision. Countries like Ghana and Nigeria are also planning to build nuclear power plants. These nations want to break free from oil imports and fossil fuel costs. But there's a problem. Nuclear power is expensive, and most African countries don't have the cash or infrastructure. Still, the dream remains alive. Burkina Faso's plan includes using nuclear energy to fight poverty and bring clean water to its people. The country currently imports around 80% of its energy needs. Nuclear energy could change that. It's also cleaner, producing far fewer emissions than oil or coal. Of course, many people remain skeptical. The path ahead is steep, and the risks are real. But Captain Traoré's resolve remains strong. His dream is not just about reactors. It's about a new kind of freedom, and it's tied to something bigger, Africa's future. He wants Burkina Faso to stop relying on foreign donors and start building power from within. Will this work? Only time will tell. Traoré's rise to power came after a dramatic coup. At just 34 years old, he overthrew Paul-Henri Damiba, who himself had taken power just 8 months earlier. Since then, Traoré has taken bold steps. He cut ties with France, He nationalized major industries. He even adopted the Russian ruble as official currency, the first African nation to do so. These moves made him both popular and controversial. Some believe the CIA or France may have played a role in his rise, trying to control the outcome from behind the scenes. Others say Traoré is truly independent, simply tapping into deep anger over France's colonial legacy and economic exploitation. Whether he's backed by foreign powers or not, one thing is clear: Traoré has changed the game. Now, he's pushing for nuclear power and perhaps even nuclear weapons. Some say he's setting himself up to become president for life. Others say he's a patriot, trying to protect his country from foreign control. What's the truth? We may never know fully, but we do know this: Burkina Faso is no longer playing by the old rules. Traoré says he'll use nuclear energy not only for power, but to bring stability, boost security, and lift the people out of poverty. He promises transparency and good governance. He's even launching anti-corruption reforms. Whether he succeeds or fails, he's made his mark. With every speech, every deal, every challenge, he's telling the world Africa will not be silent. The story of Burkina Faso is still being written. It's a story of struggle, rebellion, and now bold ambition. The nation stands at a crossroads. The risks are huge, but the dream is bigger. With Captain Ibrahim Traoré at the wheel, Burkina Faso may just become the first African country to walk the nuclear path, alone, proud, and unshaken. The world is watching. If you found this story important, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real, unfiltered African news. This is Code of Lion, telling the stories that matter. Stay with us, stay informed, and always stand for truth.